are filling up their glasses. No expression, no expression. Hide my head, I wanna drown my sorrow. No tomorrow, no tomorrow.
Guilty.
And I find it kinda funny, I find it kinda sad. The dreams in which I'm dying are the best I've...
How many people have you arrested?
Hundreds, if not thousands.
What difficulties have you had in dealing with people who have been arrested?
I think there are several main issues with clients who have been arrested. One is that often they're mandated to come for mental health, and if you're mandated, they're just going through the motion. Another issue is the consistency. They have a hard time following through with scheduled appointments. And another issue is that once the mandation has been lifted, they drop out very quickly. So unless the individual really has personally decided that they need to change their lives, that's the only time I see any kind of benefits of them coming to therapy.
How many people have you rearrested?
Oh, many. There are a lot of reoffenders. A lot of it comes down to whether they're just career criminals and they like doing that. They know nothing else but that type of life. And a lot of times you have people that have serious drug addictions, and they may take a hit, may stay off the drugs for a while, but for some reason they get sucked back in and they go back to their criminal lifestyle again, and they end up back in the police station.
You have to understand that these individuals, when they're released from prison, they are under what is known as house arrest. They have to wear ankle bracelets that indicate where they are. They have to report to their parole or probation officers. They have difficulty finding work because of their criminal record. So their release into the society is very difficult. And so they often resort to their old coping styles, which is not very healthy, and they end up being arrested or prolonging their probation parole period. So it's very difficult for them.
Of those who were arrested, what difficulties did they have finding a job and going on with their everyday life afterward?
Well, it really depends on what they were arrested for, but those that are arrested for more serious offenses, what are considered felonies, once they're convicted, it follows them for the rest of their life. So when they do go out and try and right themselves and get a good job or career, then they still have to answer up for that, because a lot of employers will, if they have 100 people applying for a job and everybody's equal with their credentials, and that one person has a felony conviction on their criminal record, they're going to push that person to the side.
I find it hard to tell you, I find it hard to take. When people run in circles, it's a very, very mad
Does a person that has a criminal record affect them being hired?
Well, we don't have a policy that states that we will not hire someone who has a criminal record, but in today's economy, when I get hundreds of resumes for one single job, that does play a big factor on it. So if there's a candidate that has a criminal record and one who doesn't, and are both of equal skill set, I will hire the person who doesn't have the criminal record.
even though they had served their time, they're still treated like criminals, with probation and parole officers constantly on their backs, and the society knowing about their criminal behaviors. So it's very difficult for them.
Have you ever had to fire an employee due to relations of a criminal record?
Well, I never fired an employee because of a criminal record, but I did fire an employee because he lied on his application that he claimed he did not have a criminal record, and when we did a background check and we verified that he did have a criminal record, we did fire him.
When you are a criminal and you are surviving out on the streets, they can be very manipulative. They will lie. So that's where you could understand why the society doesn't have any patience for them, because their method of surviving is very manipulative, and so sometimes you just don't know what is truth, if they are just out to get you. And it's very easy, actually, for them to continue to behave in that manipulative, lying ways of behaviors.
Have you ever helped someone get a job after they've been arrested?
Yeah, I had arrested a guy for, he was working in a house, and he had stolen a diamond ring from this house. He's, doing some outside yard work, and he'd been walking through the house, and he saw it laying on a table, and he grabbed it, and he was the only person that was in the house. So after talking to him and interviewing him, he finally admitted that he took it, and he knew it was wrong. He went to court. He got sentenced in court. Later on, down the road, he came to me and he said, I was really glad that you arrested me that day. He said that made a big change because it helped me get my life on track, and he said, and realize that I was going in the wrong direction. And he had a job interview to try and get a new job, and he'd asked me for a reference. And I told him that, if anybody had any questions, they could contact me and, use him as a reference. It turned out the guy ended up getting his, getting his life back on track again, and, got a job and became productive.
Do you know anyone who's ever gotten arrested and got a job afterward?
Yes, I do.
Can you tell me about that person?
Yes. The person had a drug addiction, a serious drug addiction, and they were arrested several different times before they were able to get themselves on the right track and get themselves into rehab and work out their criminal charges, and now they work full-time in the hotel industry.
Take it in, but don't look down. 'Cause I'm on top of the